Former President Donald Trump now the target of a second federal criminal investigation, focusing on his efforts to stay in power after the 2020 election, attacking the special counsel in Iowa overnight.
It's a disgrace. If you say something about an election, they want to put you in jail for the rest of your life. It's a disgrace.
The former president says his attorneys received a letter Sunday, giving him until Thursday to come to Washington and testify before a grand jury. A communication which Mr. Trump writes, quote, almost always means an arrest and indictment. It is unknown what specific charges the former president could face. But the special counsel's investigation covers any unlawful interference into the transfer of power in 2020, including the attack on the Capitol on January 6th and efforts to send fake Trump electors to Washington. On Tuesday, Michigan's Attorney General unveiled felony election law and forgery charges against 16 pro-Trump Michigan Republicans who signed certificates claiming they were the state's real electors in a state Joe Biden won. Some of those charged have denied wrongdoing. Former Vice President and 2024 candidate Mike Pence insists Mr. Trump should face political, not legal, accountability for January 6th.
History will hold him to account for his actions that day. But with regard to the prospect of an indictment, I hope it doesn't come to that.
A view echoed by Mr. Trump's top rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
I hope he doesn't get charged. I don't think it'll be good for the country.
Mr. Trump could soon face new criminal charges in Georgia, where a grand jury is set to hear evidence of 2020 election interference. He's already facing criminal charges in New York tied to alleged hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. Mr. Trump denies any wrongdoing. And he's pleaded not guilty to 37 federal felony charges in Florida related to his handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, announced by the special counsel last month.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Now, on those classified documents charges, in a pretrial hearing Tuesday, the judge overseeing the case appeared skeptical of Trump's lawyers' push to delay the trial until after the 2024 election. But she also questioned the Justice Department's position that the trial should start as early as December. The judge ended the hearing without setting a trial date, but said she would issue a written order promptly. Hoda.
All right, Garrett, Haake for us there in D.C. Garrett, thanks.
Joining us now in studio, NBC's senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. Laura, good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning,
I think most people understand being the target of an investigation is not a good thing.
Right.
But does this mean almost certainly that Donald Trump will be indicted in this case?
It is highly probable. If the government says that you are a target, it means they have evidence and reason to believe that you committed a crime. Does it mean that in every case someone who gets a target letter is indicted? No, but there's not a chance that Jack Smith, the special counsel here, sent a target letter to the former president of the United States and does not indict him. The only question really now is one of timing.
Yeah, okay, so what would the charges possibly be? Is it clear in this target letter what they might be?
That's something we're trying to report and trying to figure that out. But we can sort of read a little bit of the breadcrumbs and piece it together here based on what we know witnesses have been asked about in that grand jury. And in particular, it appears that prosecutors are very interested in all the steps that the former president and his allies took to block the certification of the election. Remember, this is all about what happened on January 6th, but it's also about all of the steps and all of the ways that he tried to cling to power, to stay in office and to flip the election in his favor.
That's such an important point. It's kind of been called in shorthand the January 6th investigation, but it's about much more than that, everything around 2020. So as it pertains to January 6th, though, more than 1,000 people have been arrested for the attack on the Capitol that day. Do you have a sense from what you know from your reporting that Donald Trump might be charged involving that specific day and his role in it?
We really haven't seen any evidence that that's what prosecutors are focused on, which is sort of amazing because we know everything that happened on that day and the attack was such an iconic image. But it may be that they actually charge him with some of the steps that led up to that actual attack.
Could be more narrow. Fascinating. Yeah. Laura, thanks so much as always.
Yeah, anytime.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.